Welcome back. All right, so we got 10 games on Sunday, and this is exactly why I've been talking about I'm going to change up the previews because I'm going to be up really late. The preview video definitely, I would say setting up this board and everything, it takes about half an hour. So 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, the Winnipeg Jets in against the Washington Capitals. Winnipeg won the first matchup on March the 11th by a score of 3-0. The Jets are currently 44-21-5 overall over their last 10 games. They're 5-5. So not a great run for Winnipeg lately. They're 2 points behind both Colorado and Dallas. And I wanted to spotlight different players, starting with Adam Lowry for the Jets. 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points. I think he's had a really solid season as their captain. Pionk, decent on the blue line for them this year. 5 goals, 20 assists, 25 points. On the Washington side, they're 34-26-9. They're 1 point behind Detroit for that final playoff spot. They're also only 4 points behind Philadelphia. They're 6-4 in their last 10 games. Ovechkin, 24 goals, 32 assists, 56 points. His scoring's been very good lately. Carlson, 6 goals, 36 assists, 42 points. The veterans are trying to lead Washington into the playoffs. 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, we've got the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Colorado Avalanche. On October 26th, Pittsburgh wins this matchup 4-0. So it's been a while since then. Colorado's playing a little better than they were then. Pittsburgh's sold off since then. The Penguins are 30-30-9 on the season. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. They're 9 points behind Detroit for that final playoff spot. Riley Smith, the drop-off has happened with him. 12 goals, 21 assists, 33 points. Not producing like he did in Las Vegas. Erik Karlsson, quite the drop-off for him as well. 8 goals, 36 assists, 46 points. He's going to produce about half of what he did last year because his role in Pittsburgh's completely different than what he was doing in San Jose. On the Colorado side, they're tied with Dallas atop the division, of course. They're 45-20-5 overall. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They've won 8 in a row. Nathan MacKinnon, 43 goals, 76 assists, 119 points. He's right behind Kucherov in that scoring race. Makar, 18 goals, 59 assists, 77 points. He's in that race with Quinn Hughes for the leading scorer amongst defensemen this season. And so, yeah, should be entertaining. Then there's a 3-hour difference before we get to the 5 o'clock Pacific, or 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific start between New Jersey and the Islanders. This should be a fun one. New Jersey's won the first two. October 20th, they win 5-4 in overtime. November 28th, they won 5-4 in regulation. The fourth and final meeting between these teams will be April the 15th. The New Jersey Devils are 34-33-4 overall. They're 4-6 over their last 10. They're 6 points back at Detroit. They're not making it. Dawson Mercer's 1 goal away from 20. He's got 19 goals, 12 assists, 31 points. Luke Hughes has had a very good season. 8 goals, 30 assists, 38 points. Yes, the defensive side he needs to work on, but the offense is there. The Islanders are 3 points back at Detroit, so this is an interesting one. New Jersey could pull the Islanders further away from their playoff hopes, and that's what they're playing for. The Islanders are 30-25-15 on the season. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. Horvat, 29 goals, right on the verge of 30. 34 assists, 63 points. Romanov, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. I think he's been steady for them. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. We've got 3 games starting then. Carolina hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Canes have won the first 2 meetings. December 30th, it was a 3-2 win. March 16th, a 5-4 shootout victory for Carolina. Toronto's 40-20-9 overall. They're 6-3-1 over their last 10. They're only 6 points back of Florida, so there's been a lot of talk about everything's already all set up. Not really. These guys are within shooting distance, and for Florida, they've run into a bit of a speed bump lately. So for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Matthews, 58 goals. He's on the verge of 60, 33 assists, 91 points. He's got a shot at 100 points, of course, as well. Liljegren, 3 goals, 20 assists, 23 points. I like Timothy Liljegren. If Toronto were to make him available in the offseason, I think he'd do well somewhere else as well. And I only say that because, of course, if you're a defenseman in Toronto, at some point in time, it's your fault. For the Canes, they're 44-20-7 overall. They're 3 points back of the New York Rangers, who got 2 points tonight, of course. They're 8-1-1 over their last 10. Seth Jarvis, 27 goals, 30 assists, 57 points. Brent Burns, 10 goals, 28 assists, 38 points. A 40-plus point season for Burns is good at this stage. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific start between the Oilers and the Senators. The Oilers won the first meeting January 6th by a score of 3-1. The Oilers are 42-22-4 overall. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10. They're now 3 points ahead of LA as LA won tonight, but this is their game in hand on the Kings. Hyman, 49 goals, 19 assists, 68 points. So he's right on the verge of 20 assists, 50 goals, and 70 points. Bouchard, he's on the verge of some pretty big numbers himself. 15 goals, 54 assists, 69 points. He's getting into the Paul Coffey territory in terms of scoring seasons amongst the Oilers. On the Ottawa side, they're 29, 36, and 4 overall. They're 4, 5, and 1 over their last 10. Batherson, 24 goals, 28 assists, 52 points. So he's close to 30 assists. Jake Sanderson, 8 goals, 23 assists, 31 points. I think he's been good this year. I know people complain about his contract, but I think Sanderson's done all right. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific start between Florida and Philly. Philly's already won the season series. They're looking for a sweep. On February 6th and March the 7th, Philadelphia marched into Florida and won 2-1 both times. Florida's 45-20-5 overall. They're 5-4-1 over their last 10. They're 2 points behind Boston for that top spot. Boston, of course, idle, so this is a chance for them to catch and pass Boston. Reinhart, 48 goals, so he's on the verge of 50 goals himself, 32 assists, 80 points. Montour's been quite good lately, 6 goals, 22 assists, 28 points. On the Philadelphia side, they're 36-26-9. They're 5-3-2 over their last 10. As I mentioned, they're 4 points clear of Washington. Couturier, they could really use a goal from him. Big game, maybe the captain comes through. 11 goals, 25 assists, 36 points. That's provided that he plays. You never know what Tortorella's going to do. Sanheim, 9 goals, 31 assists, 40 points for him. I think Sanheim's had one of his best seasons. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. We got one game starting then. Dallas in against the Arizona Coyotes. Dallas has already won the season series. They're looking for the sweep. November 14th, Dallas wins in overtime 4-3. On March the 20th, Dallas wins 5-2. Dallas is 43-19-9 overall. As mentioned, they're tied with Colorado. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. Rope Hintz, 26 goals, 31 assists, 57 points. Cold lately. Hopefully he gets to that 30-goal mark soon. Harley, 15 goals, 25 assists, 40 points. Nice totals there, but he's been cold goal-scoring-wise lately. Maybe he's due for one. The Coyotes, 29, 36-5 overall. They're 5-5 over their last 10. Keller, 29 goals, so right on the verge of 30, 32 assists, 61 points overall. Sean Durzi, good year for him, 8 goals, 25 assists, 33 points. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Anaheim Ducks renew acquaintances. January 13th, Tampa Bay won this matchup at home 5-1. Tampa Bay's 38-25-7 overall. They're 6-2-2 over their last 10. They're 6 points back at Toronto for third place. Paul, 19 goals, 19 assists, 38 points for him. So he's on the verge of 20 goals, 20 assists, and 40 points. Victor Hedman, 12 goals, 57 assists, 69 points. Talking about defensemen and scoring and everything, and Hedman's had quite the season, so don't rule him out for Norris just yet. On the Anaheim side, they're 24, 43-3 overall. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Troy Terry, 19 goals, 30 assists for 49 points, so he's on the verge of 20 goals and 50 points. Minchukov, 3 goals, 24 assists, 27 points. One of the linchpins for the youngsters on that blue line for Anaheim. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. The last 2 games of the night get started, beginning with Buffalo and Calgary, 2 teams that are trending in the wrong direction, still mathematically alive in the playoff hunt. October 19th, Calgary goes into Buffalo, beats them 4-3. For the Sabres, they're 33-33-5. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. This road trip's already kind of clinched their fate. Skinner, 24 goals, 21 assists, 45 points. He's been good. Dahlin's been very good as well. 17 goals, 35 assists, 52 points. They sit 7 points behind Detroit. There's a lot of teams between them in the playoffs. They need a lot of help to get there. It's not going to happen. Calgary, not going to happen for them either. I think they're 12 points out after tonight's results. They're 33-31-5. They're 4-6 over their last 10. Coleman, 28 goals, 23 assists, 51 points. He should be able to get to that 30-goal mark, but he's been colder lately. Uyghur, 16 goals, 24 assists, 40 points. There's the outside shot. Uyghur hits 20 goals. We'll see. And then also at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, the Montreal Canadiens and the Seattle Kraken. So we're closing out with 2 games between teams that aren't making the playoffs. Montreal won this first matchup December the 4th by a score of 4-2. The Habs are 25-32-12 overall. They're 2-4-4 in their last 10. Slavkovsky, 15 goals, 23 assists, 38 points. So he's close to 40 points. Matheson, 9 goals, 38 assists, 47 points. So he's close to 50 points and 10 goals. On the Seattle side, they're 28, 28, and 13. They're 2-6-2 over their last 10. Beniers, really surprising how much Beniers has struggled this year. 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. I don't know what's happened with Beniers. He's got to figure this out. Larson, 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points. Right close to 20 points. Maybe he gets there. But let me know your thoughts and your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.